What if your distractions are actually your opportunity? Welcome back, everybody. This is Hot Conversations with School Leaders, and I am Matthew Mason. I'm a proud principal and a proud host of this podcast. And the goal every single time that we meet is to give you some information that's going to help you lead your building with fidelity, lead your building with in a transformative manner, and just to do great things for your staff, for your community, and the kids that you serve. So today, I'm going to talk to you about a topic that I've had to really figure out, and that's changing my perspective, right? Not looking at things as problems, but looking at things as opportunities. Today, we're diving into a topic that every single one of us deals with, but rarely names out loud: workplace distractions. If you've ever felt like your day was hijacked by a million small interruptions, you're not alone. But here's the angle I want us to take today. What if your distraction could actually be your opportunity? A lot of times we're looking for opportunities to do great things, but many times those are found in the distraction. The distraction is actually what's going to point you in the right direction for the opportunity. All right. So let's be real. Schools are full of distractions. You might start your morning with a neatly planned calendar. I know I do all the time. Sometimes I stay up the night before and I'm putting everything together. I will do things before I leave. I go through all my emails. I get my inbox straight, and then I'm ready for the next day. I know I'm going to do some incredible things the next day. But by 8:15, that plan can feel like a fantasy. Here's some examples of what workplace distractions look like in our world. A parent shows up unannounced, upset about something that happened the day before. A teacher knocks on your door because they're frustrated with a colleague. The fire alarm goes off during testing week. An unexpected email from the district derails your prep time. Or even smaller things: constant phone notifications, the buzz of social media, or conversations in the hallway pulling you away from what you intended to focus on. If we're honest, school leadership can feel like living in a constant state of distraction. But here's the shift. Instead of seeing distractions as roadblocks, what if we treated them as opportunities? Opportunities to lead, to model calm under pressure, to strengthen relationships, or to reprioritize what really matters. So let me give you a few strategies I found to be helpful, ways to work through distractions without letting them work against you. All right, so my first strategy that I've used is I try to turn interruptions into relationship building moments. Now, that can seem easier said than done. But sometimes when you're getting work done, and if you're like me, during that time process, I'm not trying to build relationships. I'm trying to get things done. However, this is something you really got to look at. And I believe if you change your perspective, you'll actually be able to get more done as long as it's intentional. So that unexpected parent visit, yes, it throws off your schedule, but it's also an opportunity to listen, build trust, and show accessibility. Sometimes the distraction is a disguised chance to deepen connection. So let's go back to that parent example. You have a parent who comes in, they're upset, they're frustrated. Many times, as a school administrator, what I've found is that when a parent comes in angry, really they just want to vent. They want to tell you what's going on, and what is going on is very important to them. And so the best thing you can do is listen. Just listen. Don't scrunch your face up. Don't try to interject your ideas. Just let them talk. What I found is that when I do that, once they've gotten it out and then I'm allowed to speak, we tend to come to a resolution. And then I've actually built a relationship that helps me over time by supporting them and also supporting their student. So, number two, something else that you can do is protect your focus with sacred blocks of time. One of the things I notice about us as administrators and leaders is I think we just don't like to say no. We want to make sure that we're available for everybody in our building, but you've got to learn how to use the big NO. All right. That doesn't mean you use no all the time, but sometimes no can be said in different ways. So, for example, if somebody comes to you and they say, hey, and it's during your sacred time, they just want to talk, you may say, hey, would love to. Is it possible for you to send me an invite? Maybe I can come by your room. Maybe I can see you in the hallway, or we can see each other at lunch. I got something I need to finish right now, but I definitely want to speak with you. That is like the kindest way of saying no, right? So set aside short, non negotiable windows in your day for high focused work. All right. That's the stuff that you really got to dig deep in. And I will tell you, sometimes I get distracted. I like to jump in a bunch of different things. Set aside that time where you know this is my time to get that high focused work done, like reviewing data, planning professional development, or writing teacher feedback. Let your team know those blocks are protected unless it's an emergency. So something I do in my building, I will tell the front office secretary, hey, unless it's the superintendent or unless somebody's in danger, I'm not here. So what that means for them is if somebody calls, it's a parent call, somebody wants to meet me, staff, community member, anything like that, for that time frame, Mr. Mason's not here. So it's not even that he's doing something. As far as they're concerned, I don't exist. So during that season, during that time, I'm not here. And then when I come out, I'm focused on what other people need. So when you model boundaries, you give your staff permission to do the same. Another thing you can do is reframe emergencies as leadership tests. That's crazy to me, especially as I'm saying it to myself, because sometimes we feel like we are firefighters going around and we're putting out fires all day long. But many times, this is a great opportunity to show your leadership and actually to learn more skills to become a better leader. When the fire alarm goes off or technology crashes right before a big presentation, it's frustrating, but it's also a live scenario where you get to model problem solving, calm, and adaptability. Your staff is watching you and they're watching how you handle the unexpected. So anytime something is going on and there's another fire that you've got to quench, just make sure you take a look at it and say, hey, this is a leadership test. I get to see what I'm made of. And then from there, I'm either going to say, hey, I'm made of the right stuff, or I'm made of the right stuff and I still need to learn a little bit more. All right. Another thing, leverage your team through delegation. This is something, man, where I've had to really, and to be honest with you, I'm still learning how to delegate, how to let things go. I'm so used to jumping in and handling things that sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it, especially if I feel like maybe someone's taking too long to get it done or it's not done the way I want it to, then I'll just jump in and do it. You've got to learn how to delegate. And I'm starting to believe delegation is an art form. It is not something that you just do. I think it is something that you learn, can learn how to do, and learn how to do well. Almost like we need a class on delegation. Now that I say that, I'm going to see if I can find some books on delegation. All right. So not every distraction needs your attention. That's a powerful sentence. And I'm going to say it again. Not every distraction needs your attention. A strong leadership team can absorb smaller interruptions. So the better you spend time getting your leadership team into a place where they are growing, they are able to handle more things. When those small fires come, they actually can handle that, right? Delegate wisely so you're not the only stop sign in the building, right? The last thing I'll give you all is practice reflective triage. This is good. Practice reflective triage. At the end of the day, ask, which distractions today actually moved us forward? One of the greatest things you can do as a leader is be reflective. All right. We call this hot conversations. So they're honest, open, and transformative. That's not just having hot conversations with other people. That's having hot conversations with yourself. To actually sit down and be honest with yourself with the distractions that came. Did you cause some of the distractions that happened? Was it somebody else? How many things were in your control and how many things weren't in your control? Being open to hear feedback from others, but also to give yourself honest feedback. All right. And then look at how can I be transformed by the reflection that I'm doing right now. So at the end of the day, I'm going to say it again. Ask which distractions today actually moved us forward? Which ones could have been prevented? Which ones can I delegate next time? Reflection turns distraction into data for growth. Say that one more time. Reflection turns distraction into data for growth. So here's the takeaway. Distractions are part of the job, but they don't have to derail us. In fact, your distraction could be your opportunity, your chance to build relationships, to model leadership under pressure, and to sharpen your systems for the future. If today's episode gave you something to think about, share it with another leader who needs encouragement in the chaos. And as always, thank you for tuning in to Hot Conversations with School Leaders. Remember, we keep it honest, open, and transformative because that's what our schools, our staff, and our students deserve. Until next time, stay focused, stay flexible, and keep leading strong.